Well, happy Halloween. Today we had a very spooky session. Big sell-offs, and in this type of environment, it's nice to see, how you progress as a trader because, there was a time where I would be trying to fade this whole thing. And today, just keeping the risk tight as I can, looking for cheap trades, and did that. We're going to go and recap today's trades that were done on the live stream, which happened at 8:30 a.m. Central Time on the main channel, Trades by Matt. Yo, good morning. Why don't you use TradingView? Because there's so many better options. All right, chat. Good morning. Markets just opened up. We ended up dumping a little bit yesterday. Let's pull up the daily. Ended up dumping. Power hour, I believe, is what sent us down. It was like we started power hour at like 600 and ended up getting pretty heavy. We got overnight lows at 285 or so. Yesterday's value area high and all that's going to be way up high. So yesterday's value area low 580. Value area high 680. So we got a long way to work up for that. We're not even going to consider that until the overnight highs get run. Overnight highs get run at 500 or so. So we're 200 points off of that, 170 points off of it. We do have VWAP up at 380s. That'll be interesting. Pointing controls just moved to the downside. A very similar open to yesterday, I believe. Actually, as always, be smart, be patient. Wait for those A+ setups, cheap trades. I put a tweet out yesterday just kind of explaining what I ended up ranting about for too long, and I think the tweet was a little bit more concise and I did a better job, I hope, explaining what I was talking about. If you don't follow me on Twitter, it's just ! Twitter or X, whatever. Trades by Matt. This was the tweet though, and I think this does a better job explaining it. So you can just go look at my most recent tweet on position sizing and risk. Okay, got volume now at 300, and we are fully off the chart here on the 1 minute chart. Just gonna have to shrink that up. All right, if you haven't, make sure you press the thumbs up button. I got oh, happy Halloween. Also, it's spooky day, chat. Spooky open on spooky Halloween day, huh? It's Halloween. Doesn't really feel like Halloween here. It's 75 outside. I wish it was a little bit more fall weather, but it is what it is. Wish I didn't have the allergies going, but it is what it is. Happy Halloween though. Alrighty, 4 minutes long, green light to trade. We didn't talk about news. We have PMI at 845, chat. Chicago PMI at 845. So Chicago PMI at 845. We have a fatty looking block, 236 contracts at 250. What are the kids gonna be this year? Well, Scarlet was gonna be Ghosty from the Spidey and Its Amazing Friends or whatever, but the costume is not coming in time. It's coming on November 5th. So I believe her and my wife are going to the Halloween store right now to figure out what she's going to be. Maybe just a normal Spider-Man costume. I don't know. She also said last night she maybe wanted to be a donut, but a nice donut, not a mean donut, whatever that means. So I don't know. I got a Hulk costume because she was going to be Spider-Man, so I was going to be Hulk. Worst case, she has some like ghosty Spider-Man jammies that she could probably just wear. All right. News right now. Books are still pretty thick, to be honest, but obviously a lot of volatility this morning. So let's go hunt that 250 block. There it is. That was fast and easy. We're down almost 1.5% on the session. Oh my goodness, look at Delta on this whole shenanigans. Yeah, I don't know. Whoever was asking about Tyler maybe was asking about like trusting Delta as we get closer to the election. I honestly have no clue. I have no clue at all. Holy macaroni, huh? 200 points down in the last 19 minutes. What's the percentage down to halt? 2.5? No, 7. We got a long way to go, brother. We're not anywhere close to it. Not anywhere close at all. Alrighty, we got 130 at 150 and 140 at 32. Still feels very much on the table. I obviously haven't taken a trade. I don't take a trade for the first 15 minutes anyways, but we are still absolutely moving and grooving, and I don't see any reason to open up my risk yet. I mean, even that little kick up on the 1 minute sweep just then, it's 30 points. It's enough to not have a good time. Almost lit. You know what will probably get us lit is me scoring very, very high on GeoGuessr. The heck? What is this? I'm gonna call in the audience here. That's African dirt, you think? No, I'm just gonna go until I see something, right? Got 30 seconds left. Definitely in Africa. What part of Africa? Africa's huge, guys. India. Okay. Vancouver. Where is Vancouver? Five and a half miles off. Sick. That was too easy. That one wasn't really fair, honestly. This gives off some Europe vibes for sure. I don't know what language that is. Chat? Eastern Europe, probably? Poland? Krakow or Warsaw? It's a nice looking river situation. Go with that, right? Oh, it could be the ocean though. You think that's the ocean? Oh yeah, I think that's the ocean. We'll go with that. 8 miles. A lot of blocks. Holy cow, a lot of blocks. Scary blocks, actually. A lot of scary blocks, both up and down. Setting on volume. If we expand out of volume here, I think it's just gonna be a nasty day, but 20k. But you know, you would kind of anticipate a little push up, maybe even to like 250. Kind of an interesting spot here. That block at 250, middle of the range, untested wick, all of that type of stuff kind of going on right around here. Interesting idea, at least. We got a massive block there, which is a little scary, but yeah, volume to volume kind of makes sense. We also could just roll over 200, which I think is what we're doing right now. Yeah, 200, the volume at 200 we're pushing off of. 20-point rotation already. Yeah, it's lit. Oh, my bad. Oh. Well, congratulations on clicking the thumbs up button. Thursday, October 31st, it's Halloween. Happy Halloween. We have a non-Halloween joke on Halloween, which is pretty lame. They should do better about that. The joke today is somewhat trading related. The average person is really mean. All of the nerds in the chat are loving this one too. Back-to-back math jokes. I honestly don't hate that. I think it's funny. I just wish it wasn't on Halloween, but I like that one. That's a funny one. It's actually gonna go in my stack of funny jokes. I don't get the joke, lol. Eh. Sorry, man. There's not a single green candle in the M5. 5 minute. Yeah, no green candles yet. That's not that out of the ordinary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, we're working on nine red candles, which is there's some stats somewhere about, you know, 9 red candles in a row typically starts getting green afterwards. Look at this candle, man. Look at this candle. We actually did 200. Are we supposed to be bullish now, lol? I mean, right. Right. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Like, even if you take this wick test at 160, it's 35 points. And what would be really savage is that they just run it right back down. They get all this hype up on this one candle and then just close it right back at 120s. That would be savage. 200 is an interesting spot. It gets close enough. It could actually be somewhat of a cheap trade at 02, basically, you know? It's about the cheapest trade I've seen all day. I don't know if I trust it still, but it's about the cheapest trade I've seen for potential. We wick up there. I'm gonna leave it on. Wicks get run, obviously, so that's like the that's the qualifier, is that wicks get run plenty of times. Could do it right now, but risking, you know, even with slippage, it would probably be like 5 to maybe 6 points with slippage. That's a worthy risk trade for me, especially because it should be like this, right back down into point of control. That would be the trade I want to see. I kind of wish it would have happened on this candle, off this open. I wish it would have swept up and done it. And I think because it didn't, it's not gonna happen. All right, that's a no-go. There was like 40 points off of it already. Why don't you just hop in on the short? Because it's not a cheap trade anymore. I'm interested in the cheap trade. I'm not interested in a middle of the range short. Say I get in short right now. Where do I get out at? What makes sense to get out at? I'm in the dead middle of the chop zone so far. Chop zone since the last 30 minutes actually. So I'm like right in the middle of the 30-minute chop zone. I don't think it makes sense to get in there. And then me marketing into this short, it's like I market into the short, my risk still stays the same on where I think it makes sense to get out. Is it worth the extra points? To me, the answer is no. All right, 120 block, or 120 at 125 coming up. Got an actual wick test up here too. That's not going to fill out, I don't think. Even if it did, it's not worth taking. It's already run through all the targets. Do I like the breakout? That's the big question here. Do I like the breakout? I don't know if I like the breakout at 120. I think I'm open to giving it a shot. It also could be worth it to take this at 34. If we happen to actually get all the way up here, I'll take the short at 175. If we actually do get all the way up. If I get filled on this trade, it needs to immediately run in the money. If it doesn't, if it goes in the money 5 points, I'm going break even. If it doesn't go in the money immediately, I'm killing the trade. No fill, no luck. Missed by like a tick, I think. Yeah, missed by a tick. Just kind of kicked right back up into that range. I was looking for a break of that double bottom or triple bottom on the 1 minute, which it did by a tick, basically. So I think I just need to reevaluate that a little bit. Barely ran the low. Giving it a second. Take my 10-point loser if it hits. If not, I'll move it to break even. That would be a break of the prior high. It'd push back up into the 40s. Stopped out. Probably pushes back up to the 40s. Down 10 points. So far, I took one trade. Saw one other one up at the highs. Right around here. Didn't get filled on it. There's the push back up into 140. No follow through on IB. Just swept it by 3 points, 4 points. A lot of action with not a whole lot of things that really make sense. The bull's trying to defend 120. Yeah, I don't disagree. It's just everything is still like melting. Even though it looks decent, it's like everything is still just like melting still. I don't know. I have a hard time trusting it. But then the follow through on the short side is not really happening either. So it's just challenging. I don't know. I think it's challenging. A lot of people out there are crushing right now. They don't think it's challenging. That's part of trading.